This month, the federal government says it will provide states nearly $500 million for prevention and treatment programs aimed at the opioid epidemic. The Trump administration has a 5-part strategy on opioids: improved access to treatment and recovery services, making overdose reversing drugs more available, stepped up public health surveillance of the epidemic, support for research on pain and addiction, and to promote better pain management. Now, there is cutting-edge research focused on treating those who are in recovery. At the Scripps Research Institute in California, scientists have developed vaccines for cocaine and nicotine addiction. Those are in clinical trials right now.
And now the scientists behind those breakthroughs are working on vaccines for opioids and fentanyl. I recently spoke with the lead researcher in California. How do you see this vaccine helping? How would it work?
All the vaccines work in a similar manner where basically the drugs try to reach the pleasure centers in the brain, and the vaccines work just like any other vaccine. They basically, in this case, block the drug from reaching, going across the blood-brain barrier. Our immune system is remarkable. It protects us from a number of different pathogens and viruses. So I thought there's no reason we can't try to, train it to look at these things of drugs of abuse.
A vaccine for opioids could go to clinical trials in the next few years. Meanwhile, here in Palm Beach County at the Jupiter campus of the Scripps Research Institute, a remarkable discovery, and it could forever change how those in recovery are treated.
This is a project that grows with time.
Dr. Courtney Miller's groundbreaking discovery could forever change the way drug addiction is treated.
Your research focuses on ways to prevent addicts from ever relapsing.
That's the hope. Yes, exactly.
Miller's team at the Jupiter campus of the Scripps Research Institute has discovered a potential drug that could erase drug-induced memories for meth addicts.
The problem is that during drug use, people form all kinds of memories or associations with the things around them in their environment. So you come out of a treatment program and you go back to your everyday life and you have constant reminders that trigger craving in the brain, essentially. And so it's really hard to stay clean because you have these things that are always there telling you really want to use again.
By erasing those bad memories, former drug users would have a better shot at staying sober.
When you talk to addicts, they say there is this imprint on their brain from the drug using that tells them, oh, I want to use again.
Absolutely.
I've got to go use again. And that's what you're trying to erase.
Yes, exactly. So using drugs fundamentally changes your brain. And that's why we talk about addiction not being a matter of willpower. Once you use a drug, and some people are more susceptible than others, a single use can be enough to turn someone into a struggling addict, essentially.
Miller won a $640,000 grant from the National Institutes of Health to continue her team's work. Scientists hope once they have a greater understanding of how this particular compound works, down the road they may be able to reverse engineer it to help with opioid addictions.
There's a particular molecule in the brain that remains active in supporting those memories and not other memories. Just your typical, I like sugar memories or I was scared in that place memories. Those don't involve that molecule. So if we go in and inhibit the one that's supporting these meth memories, the memories just seems to go away.
Even more remarkable, Miller says this would not be a medication taken daily for the rest of someone's life.
This is something where we envision it only having to be taken once, and you have this long-lasting effect.
Just one time.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but that's the result we get over and over again.
And people are going to say, "Ooh, that's a little scary, like erasing memories."
Yes, absolutely. And it is. And so we've built into our research a ton of studies to make sure that it really is a very selective effect.
Right now, Miller's team is testing the compound to make sure it's safe for humans. They are about 4 years away from getting this into a clinical trial.
Also, doctors at the University of Massachusetts, they're researching new technology, a device essentially like a Fitbit, but instead of monitoring your steps, it's tracking drug use. Now, it's worn on your wrist and tracks body movements. The hope is to recognize patterns of drug use that lead to an addiction and, in many cases, to an overdose.
One of the things we want to figure out is how we can predict when somebody who's in treatment, for example, is going to start craving their drug, and whether or not we can create an intervention that really in real time prevents them from using.
20 people are taking part in this study right now. Also in the works, pills that detect how much and how often patients take pain medication after they leave the hospital. Now, each capsule has not only the medicine, but an electronic sensor inside.
There's a little battery in here that activates when it hits stomach acid. And that turns on a radio transmitter, which sends a unique signal to a phone, which downloads it to the cloud.
Remarkable. Well, the end goal for both pieces of technology, changing how pain medicine, especially opioids, are prescribed.
You're watching Chronicle, State of Addiction.